Louisiana police arrested a man for shooting his 18-year-old son during an argument over orange juice. It's considered the second worst crime that OJ is responsible for.
McDonald's announced a new Oreo Shamrock Shake. Coincidentally, Oreo Shamrock is also what Colin calls Obama.
A new survey lists the best city to live in the country as Boise, Idaho, while the worst city was once again Rat Orgy, Delaware.
A California company has created a new marijuana-based vaginal suppository to help women suffering from menstrual pain. And ladies, if you're lucky, it might give your boyfriend the munchies.
Taco Bell is selling a strawberry Skittles Freeze made with Skittles candy. You know, Mexican food. Just like mi abuela used to make.
A new report shows that Hurricane Florence was the wettest in history. The previous record for wetness was set on the opening night of Magic Mike.
A woman was arrested in Florida after she stole 4 watches and hid them inside her vagina. Officials became suspicious when the woman took a licking but kept on ticking. A new study lists the best city in the U.S. to raise a family as Moscow, Idaho, while the worst is once again Handsy Uncle Maryland.
I know that voice. According to reports, Kim Jong-un has not been seen in public for over a month after injuring his ankles. And not, as I had hoped, because he's traveling around the world in Dennis Rodman's backpack.
Golf Digest magazine has created a controversy over a new cover featuring 20-year-old golfer Lexi Thompson posing with only a towel covering her breasts. But before you call them sexist, they did the same thing last month with Arnold Palmer. Military officials have announced that they will increase missions to train, advise, and assist troops in the African nation of Niger. The focus on Niger is viewed as a direct challenge to President Trump's autocorrect.
A gay couple in Wisconsin says their landlord has threatened to evict them if they don't take down their gay pride flag. And it is truly shocking to me that in 2019, there are still gay people who haven't left Wisconsin.
A man in New York State was trapped inside his car for 10 hours overnight when a plow covered his car in 4 feet of snow. Even more amazing, his wife believed that story.
A candy store in Los Angeles has created a 440-pound peanut butter cup. It's called CeeLo.
And now owners of the Brooklyn bowling alley where the New York doctor with Ebola visited are having the entire facility professionally cleaned, thus making it no longer technically a bowling alley.
A housing developer in Arizona has created new apartments costing $1,000 a month that are made out of shipping containers. It's all part of his plan to trick Mexicans.
Peloton's being called sexist for a new ad showing a wife obsessively using a Peloton bike that her husband gave her. But at least they decided against using the slogan, Peloton, you better keep it tighter than the babysitter.
Elon Musk defended himself from allegations that he reportedly exposed himself to a flight attendant on his private jet, saying, quote, if I were inclined to engage in sexual harassment, this is unlikely to be the first time in my entire 30-year career that it comes to light. Ooh, sorry, we were looking for a simple did not do it. The answer was did not do it.
Colombian veterinarian has been charged with allegedly smuggling heroin inside of puppies. This according to the very dark sequel to The Secret Life of Pets.
In an effort to draw attention to National Breast Cancer Awareness Month in Minnesota, more than 10,000 bras were hooked together and hung from a crane. Well, I do not want to know how Minnesota celebrates Black History Month.
Scientists are working to develop advanced ultra-black materials that are so dark they absorb 99% of all light. Oh, sure, but when I try to develop ultra-black material, I'm booed at the Apollo.
The annual New York City taxi calendar has been released featuring pictures of topless cab drivers, while a calendar of Uber drivers is available on the sex offender registry.
Oh, God. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari, for the first time, denied months-old rumors that he had died and been replaced by a look-alike from Sudan. See, even Africans can't tell black people apart.
First Lady Melania Trump, or as I've been calling her, sexy-ass Michael Jackson, launched a campaign to stop cyberbullying called Be Best, as in, it would be best if you got a divorce.
Krispy Kreme is marking the landing of the rover on Mars by offering a limited edition donut modeled after Mars. It's different from their usual donut, which is modeled after Uranus. Many conservatives in Texas are falsely blaming the state's power outages on renewable energy sources, while other conservatives think that the power outages are more likely the result of gay marriage.
A nail salon in Queens called Isis Nails has finally changed its name after suffering harassment from locals who thought the store was connected to the terrorist group. Though I don't know how much better things will be with their new name, Nail Cater.
I'm worried about this one now. An auction of Nazi memorabilia was held, which featured items such as Hitler's top hat and Eva Braun's dress. And it's tough to auction off Nazi memorabilia because everyone always looks like they're bidding. Thank you. Some applause. Wow.
I liked it. Harvey Weinstein has reportedly beaten the coronavirus, but there's still a chance he could be contagious. At least that's what he's yelling to anyone who gets near him in the showers. A 2-year-old in South Carolina found a revolver in the car and ended up shooting his grandmother in the back, like a coward. Which, by the way, this would have never happened if the grandmother also had a gun.
Republicans also released their tax plan this week, which explains why Paul Ryan's been rock hard since Thursday.
A man in Arizona is claiming that he can relieve sinus pressure in his nose by masturbating. He first made the claim while police were removing him from the bus.
Or this actual headline I read today, disabled chicken who survived weasel attack learning to walk thanks to custom wheelchair. Guys, just eat the chicken. In an unprecedented move that could cause lasting damage to the Supreme Court, a draft opinion was leaked, which indicates that they intend to overturn Roe v. Wade. So the court is usually careful, but they slipped up just this once, and now they've got to live with it forever. Wow. Sounds really unfair. The opinion was written by Justice Samuel Alito, and he bases his arguments on laws from the 1600s. So it's an outdated opinion from an angry 70-year-old. This shouldn't be a Supreme Court decision. It should just be a Facebook post. The opinion also seems like it was written in a weird conservative bubble. Here's how you know. He quotes his own colleague, Brett Kavanaugh, 6 times.
Notice me the big responding stage of all the air mate. Water for east for me, I'm out wait. And they'll fund the sea, so water market for officials. I can't self song. No scale, I gram, thumb scale. Break the trend, but they cops and ammo, not scale. And I wear bras on this shit up. Wrong fans, high snooping at the Kelvin tell. Yo, listen up. Let me tell you a tale about the voices of the unheard beyond the veil. In a world so divided where the poor are denied their rights and their dignity swept aside. The streets are alive with silent cries of the marginalized, living in lies. Systems rigged, stacked against the weak. But we rise up, our voices we speak. Voices of the unheard, we shout it loud. Injustice and oppression, we won't allow. From the streets to the halls of power, we demand change every minute, every hour. It's a fight for the oppressed, the marginalized crew. From the ghettos to the refugee queue. No more silence, no more fear. We march together, our message clear. From racial divides to gender walls, we break them down, watch them fall. Equality ain't just a dream, it's a must. In the struggle for justice, in whom we trust. Voices of the unheard, we shout it loud. Injustice and oppression, we won't allow. From the streets to the halls of power, we demand change every minute, every hour, every hour. Politicians talk, but actions speak. Promises broken, leaving hearts to bleed. With the change we seek, the revolution seed. In unity, solidarity, we take the lead. No more divided, we stand as one. In the battle for justice, until it's won. So raise your voice, let it be heard. In the chorus of change, let your words be stirred. Voices of the unheard, we shout it loud. Injustice and oppression, we won't allow. From the streets to the halls of power, we demand change every minute, every hour, every hour. Voices of the unheard, we shout it loud. Injustice and oppression, we won't allow. From the streets to the halls of power, we demand change every minute, every
times. One for each beer in the pack. He even cites Kavanaugh on civil rights, which is like citing Amber Heard on how to make a bed.